Yeah. Okay. Simon and Zion Siftes. Choshishin the suffix Drusa. Choshish suffix Drusa. Kagoin imro arin shenichnas ben ashvarim. We saw that a lion went into the herd of cattle. L'makoim tsar she'en yichon livrach mipanav. It was a narrow spot that they couldn't run away. And shenichnas the deer shalahem, they were into their corral or something. V'chein of Dores shenichnas lekluv meleof, or a bird of prey which went into like a chicken coop or something like that, or the lushal tarnagolim, that there's no way for them to escape. Choshishin shemadaras, choshish that maybe they were doris yano ledvar morin keshu sheisek. That's where the animal is quiet, and the animals are chirping, screaming. They're screaming, crying, whatever it is, or it sounds they make, honking, whatever. Well, imhu shoisek, hem shoiskim. Oh, hu v'hei mekarkivim. They're both, screaming or whatever. Ein shoishishin. Because we say that they neither of them are interested in each other, or if they're all like screaming, they're all either they're one's afraid of the other, or if they're both fighting and whatever, they're both afraid. It's interesting. It's an interesting shva that the Chacham made, that if they're fighting, they're both being vocal about it. Or they're being quiet. But if only the animals are screaming, then it means that he's attacking. If the lion severed one of the heads, beheaded one of the animals, even if he's quiet, again, for Drusa, it has to be that there's a certain amount of intent and even anger to create Drusa. So therefore, we say that his murderous intent fulfilled when he killed that one animal. He killed it. If he just wounded one, it's going to be even more angry and more agitated. Since it wasn't able to kill the first one, so it's going to go even more wild and start attacking all the other ones. Even if it killed one, again, you can't just say, well, it's fine. After you see, if he did attack other animals, he did attack them. If he did talk it, we see that he wounded the other animals. We don't say, he killed the first one. We don't say, oh no, these are okay. It was not Rugze. He was just, playing with them. Kol Masha B'dir Aser. Doesn't make a difference. All the animals are Aser, because we see that he was just going wild, going berserk, and attacking everything. We're getting there. It's only, this thing we're not choshish for acherim is only if it went only if it actually went among amidst the animals. But those types of cats which will go on top of the cage or whatever, a cage full of birds, and he sticks his paw inside, and he starts, trying to kill them, and he has his claws out, and he's trying to swat them. Even though the cat was able to go ahead and decapitate one, the cat will still attack him. Since they're trying to run away, So he's called Saleh. Not that he's angry that they're running away. It doesn't make sense. It means that he starts going wild. If they're trying to run, if they're going wild, he's trying to run away, so he goes wild. It just, it makes the animal wild and more wild, and then the animal loses control. That's where the cat is quiet. And they're quiet. Mutter. That's where, so going back, when they're both quiet, right? And then the lion leaves. Let's say, so then, or the cat and with the chickens, they're all quiet, and it leaves. It's only if you see, it didn't attack them. It doesn't. We can't say, going blindly. Well, that's the halacha, so that must be, that must be how it is. Obviously, we have to, things which are obvious, we have to check. If you see that he jumped on them, and swatted them, ben tarbus. Also, even if he is a domesticated cat, right? It's also like the story of Yosha Leibschitz, the story where the poets, the poets trained the cat to serve guests and whatever, to show that that animals can be cultured and they can do whatever. And so and Yosha Leibschitz, he brought a mouse and threw the mouse on the floor, and the cat dropped everything and started chasing the cat. To prove to the party, I don't remember, there was some reason why he had to do that. I don't remember the reason. It's in the kids' books. But Al Khupanim, could be even comics. I don't know. Al Khupanim, so that to show that this Bnei Tarbus doesn't mean it cultured. It means that it domesticated Al Khupanim. So domesticated cats don't necessarily attack, but they can. Where we don't know whether he was quiet or whether they're screaming, we have no idea. We have no idea. Some say that if we don't know, if we didn't hear what happened, we saw we saw from a distance, we saw the Ari went in, we have no idea. Obviously, if he attacks, like we said before. But he walked in, he saw from afar. We're too far away. We didn't. We had no idea. We couldn't even. We were too distant to hear anything. And we got there, and he left. Then some say lo chashina, that we are not choishesh. And there are those who are choishesh in this instance, and therefore will be aser. V'yesh lachush l'davar v'aser, and it's got to be choishesh for this. The Shach says, and we'll see in a few minutes that one of the things with the treifa that it's also to sell to a goy, because the goy might resell it to a Jew. But in this case, it will be mutter to sell to a goy. But a hefsid, or Tashach says behefsid meruba, it also would be okay to be samech on the shita. Yegimel, how the choshishin dafka kashi adana shenichnas ari. That's only if we know that the Ari actually went into the pen. We saw him from afar. The lion was running towards, and then we saw him running away, but we don't actually know if he went in. Shehu Safik Ari or Kelev. We saw from afar. We saw an animal. We weren't sure whether it was a small lion or German Shepherd or Great Dane, or I don't know what the big ones are. It's not alpaca ones, giant dog, whatever. Shema Bekone Nagaf, maybe, or maybe it ripped its throat. It didn't hit, but it could be just hit the windpipe. Ein choshishin. We're not choshish, and then we're not choshish. Nafka sheish lefaninu kelev v'ari, but that's only if we have two of them, right? There's a big yellow dog, and there's an ari, and we don't know which one in. Or ari v'kane, Sorry, not Bekona means, what Bekona means, you didn't use its claws, it used something else, or the teeth or whatever. Excuse me, but, or Ari Bekona, and it's Ari, and there's some sort of thing that it could swat with. I don't know exactly. Aval kisheba lefanenu v'avei adam. If the animal comes with blood, it's frothing with blood or bubbling with blood. Lo yadanu v'lo yadanu b'matolin. We have no idea b'ma. We couldn't idea what to do b'matolin b'matzoi. So what do? We're toilet b'matzoi ben lahakam ben lahachmir. So we go ahead and we go by Rov. We're totally in lahakel because Rov behemoths, as the Shach explains, Rov behemoths b'chesed she'enam dorsim, v'rov chayas b'chesed she'enam dorsim. Most animals don't dores, so therefore you can go basar rov. So therefore, or most animals don't get dorus, right? So you can be told a kelev or bekane, you don't need a bedika. However, according to Zbar La'el, in Mavavei Adam, Mitzavar Nogin also that any time the neck is bleeding, then we're chayshish that the veshet was punctured, and therefore we aser it. However, if we see that the kana there was some sort of reed or I don't know whatever, some not large knife, whatever that wouldn't be mashu, and we can check the veshet, then Shach says we can be makel on that as well. Yeah, it's a bit. No, the kana means I made a mistake. The kana means something something like there was something else. I mean, it was a person with a knife, or maybe it was some other instrument that we don't know. Like we don't know if it was something else, right? Kana is some sort of sharp instrument. I don't think it means the Ari attacked. Yeah, it's a makel or it's something sharp, a knife. I mean something which is bigger than a mashu. It's not a needle, and that can cause puncture animal.
And it was held by a person?
That's the thing. That's the thing which is a little bit unclear. I guess it could be the lion held in his mouth, but I'm not. That was a little bit unclear. I did not look it up. In the Gemara. You have to. The doesn't. The actual materials of what happened doesn't make it. Doesn't. However, there's a kana there, and we have a suffix. So whoever wielded it, I don't know. I mean, I guess if there's no people around, then how do I get? I don't know. It has to be some sort of a glaim the dover that somehow the kana was used. Right. I mean, I don't know if you should see blood on the kana, whether that makes a difference. I don't know. Yedaled Ari shenichnas bein hashvarim nimtzes tziporin sha'ari tushav yoshevet begabel. Right, it's by the neck. Yeah, no, it doesn't mean like we had before. We had in the case of the body cavity that we're only choishish that it punctured is only by things which are mashu. But if it was a kone, if it was a larger, sharp instrument which punctured the animal, then we can check. So then we're able to check. We don't say, well, I don't know, we can't check. We can actually check for a large puncture wound that we can check for. So we don't trace the animal up. It means the same thing over here. It means the same type of thing. There it says kana, here it says kana. It means the same thing. Yadal arisha nichnas bein hashvarim. You see that one of the claws of the lion is stuck into the back of one of the animals. If the tziporin is still moist or even if it's dry, that it we don't say, well, no, that maybe the kshash of the question over here is, did the lion scratch the wall, leave a claw on the wall, and the animal bumped into it, or did it attack it straight? So we don't say if it's Yavesha, or must have got stuck in the wall, and it was like an old claw, and now an animal bumped into. We don't say that. A feeling who shaisik him shaiskim, even if they're both quiet, there's a reglaim ladavar that he attacked. Because shekeni makom tziporin or chamish tziporin of shmutos megavoy. Even and of course, if we see that the lion's missing claws, it's not just for this animal. We're choishish, but we're choishish for all the animals in the deer as well. Because we see that he attacked, but he didn't kill one, so therefore we're choishish for all of them. There's a puncture. There's a claw in the back of the animal. No, we're talking about drusa. Drusa, even if it, we don't look at how deep it went, and there's a puncture. If it was Doris, it swatted with his paws and its claws and raked it, whatever it did, then it causes a wound, which will kill the animal. So if you see that its claws in its back, we assume that that's what happened. Right. Fine. That rechoshish for Drusa, that's the point is we didn't check it. About im bodka, if we check the animal over, and he seems fine, we don't see any wounds, so it is kosher. Because it's only a chashash, right? And by a chashash, by any chashash, by any case in this of a heter, when if there's a cheskas heter, but then there's a chashash or glayim davar for iser, so then if there's not too much of a tircha, right? We saw this before in other things. If it's not, here it could be even more, not just tircha. We have to check it. But once we check it, then we cancel out the chashash, and it's fine. If you avadai drusa yesh laheter b'bedika, even avadai drusa, if we check it over, we don't see signs of the disease of drusa, then we'll see that in a second what that is. Then it's fine. Tezayin ketzad he bedika shochlin as a nidras. Right? If we check the animal and we open it up and we check the whole body cavity inside from the leg until the brain. In sakula shlema, we call it Treifos. There's no Treifos anything. We don't see any roshim that it did hit the inner organs. Harez muteres in imsa baroshim adrisa. We see that there's a clawed all the way in. Asura eze roshim adrisa. What is roshim adrisa? Shiyadim habasar keneged ve'emeayim. That we see that the muscle and the flesh started turning red, radiating, red, radiating whatever near the ve'emeayim. Im nimuk habasar keneged ve'emeayim. If we see that the flesh was starting to rot. By the Mimiayim Anshanasa Kabasa Sharofik Gordo until it's we had the shear before that we're not bucky and that it's enough that the basar is rotten enough that the doctor would scrape it off. So basar ki'ilu chasar. You look at that flesh that over there, ki'ilu it's missing. The treifa being daras for simanim, and if it was daras by the neck. When you see that it's a little, including the corner, if it's a little bit red, there's a red spot which is growing, it's red in one area or whatever. So then including kolshu, it's treifa. Even the corner, the kolshu, if it's heading, we say that the drusa and sofo, it's sof that it's gonna die. That it's gonna die. Right. So the Shach points out, even though we shech both simanim, then even if you shecht it, if you shechted it already, he shechted it in the spot where it was red, and therefore it's treif. Yud Zayin behema shenidrusa. Right. Well, also by the veshet, it's also red on the outside. We had this before. It's also not. You won't be able to check by the veshet if there's a red spot. But so therefore, anyway, you're gonna have a problem unless you know that it was darsa in a different place. Then you don't have that issue. Yud Zayin behema shenidrusa ein la takana bebedika ve'shavesha ein la bedika v'bechutz. That's why I pointed out that a behema which is nidrusa by the neck, that it has, then we're stuck because we're looking for the red spot, and if it hit the veshet, or we don't know if it hit the veshet, if it was in that area, then it has a bedika b'chutz. So therefore, you have a problem. Sham shem bedika kagum bedrusa nefula.
The hemish in in any way whatsoever.
I assume it means by, like we had before, by the neck. I assume it means by the neck. Right. But Yizayim here means right. It means by the neck. I guess it's a problem. Even though the last thing says by the kone is b'chol shehu. I guess there's a case where you could, it only hit the kone, and whatever the case may be. Any case where it says we should check it could go in bedrusa, the fula fell, or took a fall, or shvura, that it broke, broken bones. Bedoras halalu, that we said there's a bedika in time of the Gemara. Leka lamekam a bedika. If we can't do the bedika, we don't know. We don't have to check shop here. But let's say takanta, you don't know how to check it well. Let's say takanta. The only way to check it is that you let it stay around for 12 months, or some say Mishana Muberes 13. B'nekeva shetis aber, a sign that a treifa is supposed to, a vadai treifa will die within 12 months, or. We should stop. I'll just read a little bit more. Oben a keva shetis aber v'teled, or one of the simanim of it's not a treifa by a keva is that treifa is not going to go ahead and get pregnant and give birth. Not just get pregnant, but also to give birth, because to give birth it's going to be too much for it. It'll probably kill the animal before it gives birth. Chein ba'of in gomer lahato kol habeitzim shel tehina rishona, if it lays all its eggs. The Shasa Chof Alaf Yom, and it waits 21 days. And then it lays more eggs. Kshera. Chenin lo hitila beitzim me'olam, it never laid eggs. Im Shasa Achar Shanola, but Trasavik Treifos Chof Alaf Yom, it was 21 days. Hitchila Lahatu beitzim, and then it started laying eggs. Kshera. Yesh Omim Shagam B'zman Hazeh Boitkim Elo Shetzarich Lizayer. The Havikol Bakim Bedavar. Some say that nowadays even that we're bodek, and we can bring experts to go ahead and check. We don't know how to check. Any animal has a reisa. We're not samich on all of any of our bedikas. To wait 12 months or whatever. Any animal you have to keep around for 12 months. It's going to get mixed up. You're going to come to have a mistake. Even that we don't keep them around because it's going to come to a takala. Nor can we sell it to a goy, because maybe he'll sell it to a jid. Yamisenu kodem, we kill it before Shema Yachzor Mikarenu Yisrael, because maybe we can sell it, but maybe he'll sell the animal to Yisrael. He won't know that it's treif. Hu aminig b'din seilu b'chol makam shehu vaday treifa, any place which is vaday treif, afa b'shinishta yubis chodesh, even though it waited yubis chodesh hu chai, also. And this is the Shita Sarashba, who says that it must be lived derech nes, and I think we'll stop here. We'll discuss this nakuda beginning of next share.
Even if 12 months is the master of the